years into the very, very early church, he made the Christian bishops his lieutenants and enforcers as it related to the religion, so that he can control the more radical elements of it. And so that is when they came to an adoption of just 4 gospels.
Mm.
And 'cause there's all of these other writings that became that you could get excommunicated for promoting. That is really beautiful portraits of, like, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene and Jesus's relationship with Mary Magdalene. But anyway, it's not a gospel, but it is one of the texts. I think it's called the Acts of John. There is a thing that Christ says, and he says, I'm paraphrasing, you must learn to suffer as I do in order to be able not to suffer. And that is the greatest lesson of everything, is not having gratitude for all the good things in my life, for having immense gratitude for all of my life. Like, I wouldn't be here. We couldn't have this honest conversation. I couldn't get to know you as a human being if every single thing didn't occur behind it. I would not feel this gift of being alive on a daily basis the way that I do if I hadn't overcome committing suicide dozens of times in motel rooms, in places that I could never afford to be found dead. You know, and it's that piece of life that, like, the only way I got it is when they just tore off all my clothes, tarred and feathered me, and put me in the center of town and said, "Look at him." And I survived. When you survive that, you kind of go, "What am I going to do with my life?" Well, number one thing I want to do with my life is, number one, take care of me.
Yeah.
You take care of me.
I feel like I
yeah.
have to say, like, I'm really sorry that I contributed to that. Like, I just feel really shitty. Like, I feel guilty because, like, hearing you talk about, I mean, basically having the worst moments of your life. Like, I always speak about on my show how a lot of these kids growing up aren't going to even know what it was like before social media, where you could just make a mistake and like have that be over, and you got to grow up. And now it's like they're digging and they're finding people's tweets from when they're 17. They're an idiot. They wrote the N-word once, and they like want to hang them when they're 40. And I just saw you as a caricature, and it was definitely, like I said, like feeling gaslit by the political machine, convinced that it was just the left that partook in this political machine. And I just like really want to say, like, genuinely, like, I'm so
Right there, like, I have a lot of respect for her to be able to say that she's sorry, no doubt there. But for her to say that she thought it was just the left that were involved in political corruption, that is, I don't think that Candace Owens is that naive, guys. I really don't think that she's that naive. I mean, come on, like, let's stop it, right?
sorry that I just didn't even consider he's a crackhead. And like, you know, like, that's actually a very relatable thing, and he shouldn't be, you know, like, to have that is just unbelievable to consider every worst thing that you've ever done.
I am, like I told you before we started, I cry very easily.
But I do. I just feel like it's not who I want to be, and I think I've come a long way from that in general. And like, but I did partake in just the inhumanity of just look at this guy at the worst moment of his life, like with prostitutes. He's on crack. He's on drugs, and we should make fun of him because it makes us feel good, or it makes us feel like we're somehow beating the machine.
Yeah. So again, like, isn't this the same Candace Owens who is like super critical on Erica Kirk? And isn't Erica Kirk going through something that nobody should ever have to go through? Like, her husband was literally taken out on TV, and they have children. Like, so I mean, but then Candace Owens is very critical on Erica. So if she's saying that she doesn't want to be that kind of person, then why doesn't she take it easy on, like, just pointing fingers at people and saying, and really going hard and coming after them? Right? Just to save herself from having to do one of these apologies every time that it turns out that she had something wrong. But now, aside from that, like, I think it comes with the job, right? It comes with the territory. If you ask me, it comes with the territory, which is if you're gonna benefit from being the son of the president, there are benefits, right? Obviously. He literally got pardoned for all of his sins. We don't get to get away with our sins, right? But of course, with those benefits comes responsibilities, and so he's going to be held to a higher esteem. So while you just have an average person can just be an addict and nobody's even going to care, the son of a president being an addict is not going to be the same way. So it comes with the benefits and the perks. And that's just how I see it, really. Nothing against Hunter, nothing against Candace. I thought it was a really nice conversation. I love to see that, by the way, like people on that were once like foes, opposite side of the fence, actually able to sit down and shake hands. I completely respect that. But as usual, I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about this interview. Be sure to give this video a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.